Welcome to the Bold Book of the Day with Dr. Denise Nicholson, a show that is a central hub and safe space for authors to share their stories. The Bold Book with Dr. Denise begins now.
Welcome back to the show. I am so excited about today's guest. She is an author, a TEDx speaker, and a passionate anti-bullying advocate whose debut book just hit Amazon #1 bestseller in many categories and also international bestseller. Please, I know this is so excited for all of us. Please welcome to our podcast Teresa Robinson, author of How to Go from Bullied to Bold. Welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm so excited. My name is Teresa Robinson, known to many people as Rita. I'm a mother, I'm a TEDx speaker, and I'm an author of Amazon #1 bestseller, How to Go from Bully to Bold. And I'm so happy to be here today. And I'm also an advocate for anti-bullying. And I'm so happy to be here today. And this is so overwhelming. So thank you, Dr. Denise.
Girl, I am so proud of you. And this book has been one of my best production ever. And it's because I not only know you as a client, she is my friend, guys, for many, many years. When I first migrated to America, she was one of the first people that I met in 1986.
Yeah. There's a friendship.
So getting this book done meant so much to me, and getting it done right, having your story told where it shows not only your pain but your growth and what you're doing right now, how passionate you are about teaching, about anti-bullying. That was important to me because I didn't just want people to hear a sad story. I wanted them to know how they too, who's been bullied, can get from, feeling ashamed, feeling guilty, feeling hurt, to feeling powerful and confident just like you. So please take us back to the very beginning. What was life like for you as a child being bullied?
Hi, yes. As of today, I never really embraced like on camera with my glasses, but I'm getting more and more because that's who I am. Okay, I've been wearing glasses, very thick glasses, since I was probably like maybe like 2 years old. And it really didn't bother me. Yes, I used to be talked about my glasses are Coke bottle glasses, thick glasses, but it really came to light when I was in seventh grade, and that was in 1980. And I remember in science class, and the teacher happened to put us in alphabetical order, and everything was good. The jokesters was good or whatever. And then when I got put in alphabetical order, I got put right in the center of the jokesters. And then all of a sudden, I became the center of the jokes. They would call me, because I was really skinny, olive oil. They would talk about my glasses was Coke bottle glasses, etc. But one name really hit me. They would call me Grandma Dynamite. And us old timers would know Grandma Dynamite is from the Flintstones. She was actually a bank robber that was really like powerful. But at that time, I didn't realize that. And so they started calling me Grandma Dynamite. Everyone started laughing and the tears started flowing.
Mm.
I thought that I would be okay because I actually had my first cousin who was like my brother in my classroom with me. So I'm thinking that he's going to protect me, but instead he was embarrassed. And he went home and
Wow.
told everyone about what happened and that I was crying because I was also very sensitive.
Right. You're in
And
seventh grade. You're a teenager.
yes, very sensitive. And once the name got out, Grandma Dynamite in school, I started getting teased at home called Grandma Dynamite. All of this name changing changed in December of 1980. And people like, well, why then? Because the same cousin that was in my class, he actually got killed at the age of 14. And people didn't know that we were cousins until that incident. And then people started being nice to me, but the name was already out there. I still had people that would still call me Grandma Dynamite, but it wasn't as severe. But the name was at home. So not only I had to deal with it at school, I had to deal with it at home. And there were times where I would just cry myself to sleep. I didn't want to be here anymore. I was ugly. I would just look in the mirror and say how ugly I was and why me, because out of 8 kids, why did my eyes have to be like this? And it took years and years and years and years of me tearing myself down, okay, up until adulthood. So now I'm embracing my glasses more, embracing myself more, and loving me. You know what I'm saying? And it's like this. Now I see people, you either like me or you don't. There's no in between. And I'm who I am, and God made me like this for a reason.
So, this confident person that we see today, it took some time because confidence, as we know, isn't given, it's grown within. And what you said is that you were telling yourself all these negative things. So, there was a time when you had to stop telling yourself these things and stop waiting for other people to tell you how beautiful you are, how talented you are, and give yourself permission to win. You had to give yourself permission to win by going within and giving yourself the positive affirmation that you needed to rebuild that torn apart soul.
Right. I never understood that before 2023, that I am somebody. You know what
Mm,
I'm saying? I have to love me before anyone else love me. And if I hate me, then I'm gonna only just that aura only gonna bring negativity.
mm-hmm.
But with me going through this journey is like so amazing. The love and support that I have got from many, many people, including strangers, is just
Yes.
overwhelming. Just amazing. Like I was in early this morning in Bob's discount store, and the salesperson was so nice. And we started just conversating, and I was looking for an orange base, and they had one. And I told her, oh, because I'm now an author and I'm having my book launch. And she was like, what your book is about? And I told her, she's like, that's amazing. And the conversation went from there, and she told her other salespeople, and I sold a book today.
That's right. Always ready
I
to sell.
sold a book in a matter of just a half an hour conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I gave
Wow.
all like anti-bullying bracelets, just different stuff from my swag bag collection, and they were so amazed. And I sold a book.
Writing a book is not easy, and selling a book takes a lot of work. And I know that you're prepared to go and sell this book because here you are having a regular conversation. But that's because so many people are affected by bullying, even as adults. It starts with some people from they're young, but it also happens when we're in the workplace. So tell me about what was the writing process like for you, considering that not just young people are affected by bullying.
Okay, I have to say this. It started off with me doing my TED Talk in May 2025. It
Okay.
started up there with me doing the TED Talk. And I worked for the police department.
Hmm.
And when I told them that I was doing a TED Talk and when I was doing it on bullying, people couldn't believe. You were bullied before? Yes, I was bullied before. People could not believe that. And I would have everyone listen to my TED Talk. I had from the chief on down to our wellness dog listening to my TED Talk. Okay. In May 2025, I delivered my TED Talk, The Global Cost of Bullying. And I even had I think like 10 of my coworkers that came to witness me on that stage in Rockland County, which was amazing.
Uh-huh.
After people was like, wow, I can't believe your story. But I don't want anyone to feel sorry for me. So then when I told them that I was writing a book, they didn't believe it. I'm like, yep, I'm writing a book. And I would tell them, oh, hey, the book is almost completed, so look forward. And now that I wrote this book, the demand that I have and the support from my coworkers is amazing.
And the opportunities. You're now an anti-bullying speaker. Like this girl is getting booked for speaking
Yeah.
engagements in schools, in high schools, in colleges. Like this is amazing. Did
Uh,
you even anticipate that when you were writing the book?
if someone told me this, because I remember when I was writing the book and I had called you and I was very nervous about, do I gotta, I don't know if I'm gonna do this. I don't think I can. And you told me, you one thing about Dr. Denise, she's not gonna let you give up. I'm just letting you know that she's not going to let you give up. You came
That's
that
right.
far, she's not gonna let you give up. And I remember sitting in the parking lot and I was like, I can't do this. And I was getting the anxiety. And you was like, no, child, you do not have to put your whole life story into a book. You just put what you want people to know. And Grandma Dynamite was a big part of my life. My glasses, a huge part of my life. And from there, I'm now an author.
So tell me, how did you decide what to write in the book? Because I know you said it stemmed from your TEDx talk, but then I know we were talking about the different parts of the different parts of bullying, not the different parts of bullying, the different bullying where there are bullies from high school or young people getting bullied, and then there's organizational, where people feel like they're being bullied at the workplace, and then there is online bullying where people feel like they're um, bullied online, and we there was so much, and you didn't want to get lost. And so how did you finalize what different types of bullying that you were going to write about?
I remember writing my book and I sent my cousin Selma,
Mm-hmm.
a copy of my book. And she was like, why are you writing this book if you're not going to be honest? What
Mm.
you talking about? She said, you have to put in the book because we wasn't mean to you. We would tease you. So you need to tell that if you're trying to help people, you need to tell them the truth.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want to hurt anyone in my family's feelings, but she was like, we hurt your feelings. So you
Mm.
have to let people know the story. And then I was like, wow, because Denise knows my cousin, her strong opinion.
Yes.
I'm like, it's coming from her. So I started to go from my childhood to my relationships,
Mm-hmm.
since at work, and so on and so on.
You let it out in that
I
book.
re- and here I am today.
Because writing a memoir, it is not easy. It means you have to be, guys, incredibly vulnerable. So that means you had to really dig deep and be comfortable with talking about the pain and the emotions that has been hidden for a long time, because you were suppressing some of those feelings. How did you get through writing the book when those feelings started to come up?
In 2023, we had the
Mm-hmm.
opportunity of going to Africa. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
2 days before we was leaving, my oldest brother passed away.
Mm-hmm.
The trip was already planned, and I was on the fence, like, should I go? Shouldn't I
After
go?
you've made some significant investment in going to that
Yeah.
trip, because we're going to another continent, guys.
My aunt, who has since passed on, she was like, you better go on that trip. Your brother will be here when you get back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She said, just do what you got to do, but enjoy yourself. So in
Yes.
between enjoying myself in the motherland of Africa and planning my brother's funeral, I also have a brother that's incarcerated. And he didn't give me the opportunity to telephone his counselor about my brother's death. Instead, he sent a hateful email that he has always used to send, but I used to always forgive.
Yeah.
A hateful email about me. It should have been me. It was very hateful.
Right, right.
So I remember before we was going to the safari, we
Mm-hmm.
did an exercise, and it had to be about forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I had just read that email, and the anxiety was coming up. Now, these people that I went to Africa with, I didn't know most of these people.
Yes.
Never seen these people before. They never seen me before. These people, when I talked about forgiveness and we talked about that, and the love and support that I got from those group of people was amazing, that I felt so comfortable. And then we did this magnificent exercise called the angel walk.
Mm-hmm.
Very powerful, where you have people on both sides and you walk down the center and they whisper nothing but encouraging words in your ear, whether it's a Bible verse or whatever. And everyone walked down and I did it. And I'm like, man, this is nothing. But it was my turn. Oh my God. I'm like, what are these people going to say? I just told them my story. I just opened up to these complete strangers. And when I walked down the center, the love and support that I got from these strangers was overwhelming. By the
Mm.
time I got to the middle, towards the end, I broke down and cried. And these people did not judge me. They didn't laugh. They they showed me so much love from there on that trip, doing my brother's arrangements. As soon as I got back to the States, buried my brother, I seek therapy. And people do not be afraid of therapy. This is 2 years later. I've had therapy before, but I would always just give up. 2 years later, I'm still in therapy on Wednesday at 2 p.m. by telephone or Zoom.
Look at God. No,
And
guys,
I'm
that is incredible because we don't even like to go to therapy and stick
nope,
it through.
nope,
Okay.
2,
Wow. Yeah.
2 p.m. on Wednesdays. Wednesday morning, I get the text message, hey, are we on for 2 p.m.? Yes, we
Mm-hmm.
are. I would do therapy in the file room, in our wellness room, in my car, wherever.
You're not missing it.
Yep. I'm
Now,
telling
let me explain what Teresa experienced because we don't just have a writing club, we really have an author's tribe. And in this author's tribe,
I
there is
interrupt.
space for healing. Yes.
We don't have a tribe. We have a family.
We have a family. Yes.
A
Yes.
family.
In this family, there is space for healing. There is time set aside for us to do our work on ourselves because as entrepreneurs, we put ourselves last most of the time. So we take on all these roles. We become mothers, we become girlfriends, we become wives, we become, secretaries, we become career oriented, and then we start our entrepreneurial journey as authors, and we just keep going. But there are some healing that needs to take place that is suppressed underneath it all of all these hats that we're wearing. There is healing that needs to be done.
Right.
So what we do in the writing in the Bold Publishing company, there is a time of the year, once a year, where we leap. We call it quantum leap, and we quantum leap our transformation. We go to a different country, and that year, the first year you went, we were in Jamaica, but the time when your healing really transformed was when we went to South Africa.
23.
Yep. And while we were there, every morning we do our exercises, and then we go on excursions after.
Right.
And so you have time to heal, but then you have time to explore. So it's healing and exploring. And it was during the South Africa trip that Teresa was like, wow, so much was going on, but you were in the right capsule. God
Yeah.
just worked it out that you were in the right space around the right people. So all of the things, the turmoil that you were feeling inside, it was you had the time and the place to explore it, to sit with it, to talk about it, and for people to shine their light on you and to shine their love into you. And girl, you exploded. It was just perfect timing. It was just the best time for healing. Her confidence, such a drastic difference with how, you were able to just transform. Because even on that trip, while we were leaving, I believe it was on the way back home, because that angel walk was the day before we left from Zimbabwe
Mm.
and came back to South Africa. And I'm telling you, I could see the courage on your face when we were heading back.
Because no one judged me. And I think I was holding back so many years, afraid of being judged.
Yes.
I was holding back, and so I wouldn't share what was going on with me. I would cry in silence. I would cry in my car, cry in the bathroom, in silence what was going on with me. And that right there, it let me know that people care.
Yes.
And because you see someone smiling, guess what? It's not always peaches and cream. Trust me.
Now your book is How to Go from Bullied to Bold. Tell me the story about, how you decided to give it that title, where it's a how to book. It's not just a memoir. It's a book on how to go from feeling the shame and feeling, guilty and feeling like, oh my God, I don't deserve these things, to being who you are today, which is confident and poised. She went to be a speaker at the 54th annual legislative conference. And I will remember this like yesterday, because to me, for them to say this was just such a full circle moment, because your goal was, you just want to be more confident. I just want to be able to talk and speak my truth and be more confident and let people know that they are not the things that they heard. And for you to hear that on stage, we were on stage, she was on stage, at the 54th legislative conference. And the woman, one of
My,
the moderators said, well, let's talk to you about this, because you're so confident and you're just bursting with confidence. And I was like, look at God.
I can't believe you were bullied before.
So tell us about the title. How did you, choose
How
that
to
title?
go from bully to bold.
What a beautiful book. Oh, I love it.
Um, it first started off with my TED Talk in May of 2024.
Uh-huh.
I remember at the Blue Brunch, okay, in Rockland County. And I sat down there and I said, you know what? I can do this. I saw all those magnificent speakers the day before, the confidence. I'm like, I can do this. And I sat down and wrote my story while everyone else was doing whatever. I thought it was my TED Talk. And like maybe like 30, 40 minutes, I wrote it out. And I walked over to Denise and I said, here's my TED Talk. I'm ready. Look at it. She said, this is not a talk. This is a book. What did I just do? And I know once I wasn't going to let me back down. So thank you for that.
You wrote an entire introduction. I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. This is more than a talk, girl. This is more than a talk.
I wrote it all out, and it was therapeutic. It was really
Yes.
therapeutic. And I went with different titles over and over again. And I was talking to my coworkers at work, and Bold came out, and I'm like, wow, if I can go from bully to bold, someone else can.
Yes.
So it was bully to bold, but then I looked in that name, bully to bold, it wasn't, there was a lot of books, bully to bold. So then as we was in the writing class, we started talking about different stuff. And it came to mind like, why not make this like a how-to book?
Yes. I think it was Les Brown who was like, I think he came to one of our meetings and he said, um, you should consider it a how-to
A
book.
how-to book.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. I remember
Yes,
that. Hmm.
how-to book. And like, wow, so how am I gonna do this? Again, they're gonna doubt. You know, you have that good angel, the bad angel, or
Hmm.
whatever. And that bad angel was like, no, you can't do this. But that good angel was like, you can do this. And
Mm.
title came, I played around with how to, and then how to go from bully to bold. No matter how many different titles I had, I kept coming back to that one title.
Mm.
That
Now,
was
what does bold mean to you, and how does someone know that they have arrived at bold?
the confidence. And
Ah,
back to Grandma Dynamite. Grandma Dynamite was bold. She was fierce.
so to you, Grandma, that bold means how
Fierce.
fierce. Okay.
Yes, you're bold enough to do something. You're not gonna let anyone stop you. You're going to do this. That's bold. You're making a bold statement that's going to last forever in someone.
Yes.
Bold is stand out. You're gonna stand out.
Yes.
And that's my thing. I want to stand out where my legacy will live forever and everyone will remember my book, How to Go from Bully to Book. I just don't want you to, which you're not just going to read it because it has exercises in it
And
also.
affirmations. Uh-huh.
Affirmations, affirmations are very, very important. Um, it has affirmation, calls to action. You have a journal section. So you're not just reading it and putting it on the shelf. As my friend, one of my coworkers did, she read the book and she said, now it's time to go back to do the exercises.
Mm. So you read through it first, and I recommend that for your book. I really do, because I want you guys to experience the journey that she's gone through, and then I want you to go through and have your journey of transformation, which is so separate, guys. You see her doing her thing and changing and evolving. You see what she started out as being bullied and how it's affecting her and her confidence. And then you see her on her journey, how it grows, how she grows, and how she's evolved. So,
I also work with autistic individuals. Not that I'm a civilian in the police department. I'm going into
yes.
40 years. Oh wow. And I
For how many years?
it'll be 40 years this year.
Girl, you don't even look like 40.
I also work with autistic individuals, which is 13 years. And
Hmm.
one of the mothers just got my book yesterday, and she sent me a text message this morning and was like, I always knew you were amazing, but reading your book and all the obstacles that you went through,
Hmm.
said, I am like so impressed with you. And you are not the names that you were called or whatever. And you are a powerful woman, and this book is going to help so many people.
Beautiful. I love it. And I love that people have contact with you, the author, afterwards. That is something that people sleep on, because you can pick up a really great book that is recommended by Oprah or, other influential people. But when do you have the opportunity to communicate with the author and pour into them for pouring into you? That's beautiful. I love that.
Yes, one title that was gonna go is I Don't Look Like What I've Been Through.
Uh-huh. Tell us about that.
Okay, because with losing my mother at 15,
Mm.
losing my father on my 30th birthday, um, my dad was an alcoholic. He was a functional alcoholic. So being one of eight, the chaos and stuff like that, not being able to go away to college, had to work at a young age, basically a single parent in abusive relationships. But I still managed to keep a smile on my face, and a lot of people did not know what I was going through.
So that title, you had to have it in there
Yeah,
because, okay.
I don't look what because I don't look what. And when people read,
You don't look like what you've been through, right?
yeah, people have read my book, they're like, really? Because I used to go to work after basically getting my behind kicked.
Mm.
I would still go to work, but then some people thought that because I was crying that I was weak or whatever. And instead of them coming to me and saying, "Hey, are you okay?" I
Mm.
was laughed at.
Because they didn't know what you were going through.
Didn't know what I was going through. So I was laughed at. I was told, "Oh, she's crazy" or whatever, because I would just break down crying because the anxiety was, I'm going to go home, and am I going to do something correctly? Am I going to say something wrong? And I would get my butt kicked.
Mm.
You know
Mm.
what I'm saying?
Mm. Mm.
But through the grace of God, I made it through all those obstacles. And if I can do it, you can too.
I just want to commend you for being as strong as you have been. A lot of times when we go through things, we, like to look back and be like, damn, I wish I did this. I wish I did that. But you actually did exactly what you needed to do to survive.
I could not have done this without you. I could not
Oh,
have done
thank you
it
so
without
much.
at least C-Suite. I could not have done it without both the writing incubator. I could not have done it without you guys. I could not have done it without therapy, without the support of family and friends. I didn't do this by myself.
Yes.
Okay. I could not have done it without all these people that I had in my corner.
We have a family, like you
Yes,
said. Yep.
yes, yes. I thank God every day, and like I have said repeatedly when we have our weekly meetings,
Mhm.
I thank God for each and every one in that family, that tribe. And if I can do anything for anyone, I am right there.
Yes. And that's the truth. We know you, we love you, and that's why, if like your book launch is coming up, and let me tell you, we'll move mountains to be there no matter what, because you are that girl that will do everything for the ones that you love. And I think it's because you know how important family is. You know how important it is to feel supported, when you lack support, when you didn't, when, well, people couldn't even support you because they didn't know what was going on. You had that hurt that you were dealing with, but you've healed, or you're still healing, because healing is not just linear. It's not just a straight line. It is a lot of different bends and turns and twists, and it is something that you know what you need when you get there.
It's peeling off the different layers.
It's peeling off different layers, and each time there's an exposed layer underneath, then okay, that scar is proof that I survived.
Yes. And you know
That,
what? I'm
yeah.
embarrassed about the book. Like, the people on my job gonna know what I went through. But as
Hmm.
you see with my promotion, I'm just like excited about it, and so are they. I mean, I done had like 4 videos with my coworkers. Like, "You gonna buy my book? You're gonna buy my book?"
Because
So
you're not what you've been through.
exactly.
You experience those things, and that's unfortunate, but you're not less than because you've
Right.
experienced those things. As a matter of fact, those things build upon who you are today, because now you're able to go to schools and speak into young people. What does that feel like? Because I know you've done a few of those.
Oh,
So tell us about that.
that was amazing. My first one that I did, I went to the University of West Indies, and that was
Uh-huh.
right at
In
tour.
Jamaica, guys, yes.
I was very nervous at first, and when I got on stage, I actually stumbled.
Uh-huh.
But most importantly, I asked that question: is there anyone here today that has ever been bullied? Raise your hand.
Mm,
And it is so amazing how many people has been bullied. I'm thinking I'm the only one, but absolutely not. Bullying does not discriminate.
mm-mm,
Okay, I'm thinking I'm the only one, and to have those people say, "Hey, I've been bullied," and then I will tell my story, and then Q&A afterwards, and so many people like, I was bullied before. I was
mm,
bullied because of this. I was bullied because of that, and it's like, oh my God, this is amazing. So I've done the University of West Indies. I then, as you know, I work for the police department, so I did it with the summer youth program. And those kids were, I'm like, these kids don't want to hear what I got to say. I was surprised. They listened, they asked questions. I gave each one an affirmation card for them to read, to stand up and read their affirmation and
yeah,
understand their affirmation.
yes.
And what I gave everyone a bracelet like I have on. And I would tell the kids, hey, if I see you with your bracelet, I'm going to give you $1. These kids wore their bracelet for 5 weeks.
Oh, wow.
They wore their bracelet, and I saw one of the kids, and he's like, look, I still have my bracelet. It was on his keychain.
He's
So,
committed, honey.
yes, so I'm actually scheduled with the kids again in July.
Right.
Um, and this time I have a workbook that I created.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yes.
for bullying. So we're gonna do
But
the
yeah.
workbook together. I spoke at the 54 congressional in DC,
Yes.
and I spoke by Zoom with one of the young ladies in the writing incubator and also Elite C suite, and she was in Ghana, and it was a mindset summit. And
Mm.
what was amazing was her, I think her daughter's like what, 5, 6?
Mm-hmm.
And she sent me a video. And the little girl was so impressed by the kids calling me Grandma Dynamite and how I changed my world around, my life around. And she was so amazed. And that little video right there, I played over and over again, over and over again. And then I had the opportunity this year to speak. I had a few podcasts that I spoke on.
Mm-hmm.
And I also spoke a couple of weeks ago to an after school program where I'm like, oh Lord, here come these kids. And so I spoke to these kids. These kids asked questions. And again, I gave them the affirmations and they understood their affirmations.
You see, you're doing some very important work that, you know, despite your story, despite what you've gone through, you came out strong, and you came out as an advocate, and you came out as a teacher, and you came out, you know, being someone that is influential, that people that is going through some rough times, being picked on and being bullied, can you know, can look to you and find strength, find support, and find encouragement. So you are amazing, and we are thankful that you have stepped into your true purpose. Your confidence is shining, and it is a lesson to each and every one of us that when we step into our calling, when we step into our purpose, we can transform lives for the better. You are bold, you are beautiful, you are strong, and you are confident, honey. And we applaud you for all of it, for you know, overcoming the obstacles and showing us that life can be different no matter what you've gone through.
I'm so excited about this book launch on Sunday.
Where
Um,
can people find your book? Because,
oh, fine. I have a website. Okay.
uh-huh.
It's bullytobold.com. That's
Okay.
BULLIEDTOBOLD.com. I have my videos on there from the congressional, my TED talk, the little young lady's testimony from the police camp. Um, yeah, so you can read my story and you can connect with me.
All right. You guys heard it here. You can go to her website, bullytobold.com. And also, you can, when you do go to bullytobold.com, you will be getting an autographed copy of the book.
Yeah,
And that is significant because you're not going to get it anywhere else, an autographed copy. Okay.
yeah.
So remember that. Now, I really appreciate you, and I wish we could stay longer, but this podcast is only for 45 minutes. So let's just find out a little bit more about. These are the questions that I like to ask, and they're just to help me find out a little bit more about you and let you have the opportunity to give something extra to our community. So. Um, Before you go, what's one bold promise that you can share with the audience?
One bold promise is I'm not going to give up and I'm
Ooh,
not going to go back to that little girl that was sitting in the corner crying, feeling sorry for herself. I'm not doing that.
no more.
No more. No more.
All right, you heard it here first. You know what? You've not been that girl for a long time. So listen, it's only bigger and better from here. Okay.
Thank you.
What's a bold statement that you can share with the audience that may cause a paradigm shift?
You're not what the people have called you. You're greater than that.
Hmm.
You're bigger than that. You're better than that. You are bold.
So step into your
Yes.
boldness.
Step into your boldness. You got this.
Yes. And your boldness was built for you to stand tall. So remember that when you step into a room. Don't shrink back and don't think that, this space is too big for you or these people are too important for you. You're in this space because your boldness was built for you to stand tall.
Yes. And every morning, I forgot to tell everyone, 5:30 in the morning, my alarm clock goes off to Good Morning Gorgeous by Mary J. Blige. If you haven't heard it, listen to it.
That's a
Lis-
powerful song.
yes, listen to Mary J. Blige, Good Morning Gorgeous. It has
Wow.
helped through many of mornings.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, you've done so much. You're a TEDx speaker. You're now going to different stages, encouraging young people and giving them positive affirmations. And I know that you're getting reached out because I remember last week you had an interview with an organization that wanted you to come by. So, big companies, everyone is looking to book you now. My goodness, what bold moves are you planning to make for the future?
What bold moves? I
Uh-huh.
want to take my statement, my bold statement across the world. I want everyone to know who Teresa Rita Robinson is. Okay, I want
Yes.
everyone to go from bully to bold. That
Yes.
little child in you, I want you to let it out. Don't hold it in. Let it out. Like I said, if I can help one person, I did a lot.
Yes.
And that's my goal.
You are amazing. Guys, I have so many different friends, so many, people from all over. This girl is one of my favorite person because she's got such a kind heart. She's so giving, but she's so strong. She is one of the people that will help you stand up for yourself, to do the right thing, and that is encouraging. That is beautiful, and I love you so much, friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. You're not my, you're my sister.
Yes, thank you so much for trusting me with your transformation to
Yeah.
help you along this journey because that is empowering for me, you know? That is empowering for me also to see that I am helping someone to heal and come through the darkness that was overshadowing them from their trauma. And for you to be this transformed, girl, it is a wonderful feeling. So thank you for trusting me with your healing. You didn't just survive all of the things that you experienced. You rose up, you pressed forward, and you trust in your new self, your future self, that bold person. And now look at you. You're simply amazing.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for coming.
You
Thank
know
you
what?
so much.
Can I just say something? I just
Uh-huh.
want my parents proud, and every time I tell my story, I know they're proud of me.
Yes, yes. It's true. Because they never saw this side of you.
Yep.
They didn't get to experience that before. But now your impact on this world is something that is truly amazing, and I'm sure they are proud.
Yeah.
Girl, this conversation was just so moving.
Thank you.
And I know that the listeners are going to carry something special with them from today. This message was, one of the greatest experience for me because I've seen you come through that pain to who you are today. So I'm glad that we were able to talk. But for the person that's listening, this is also for you. The message that our greatest pain can become our greatest platform. The things that you've gone through, you can stand on those stories because they happened to you or they happened for you. You can look at it that way. It happened to you, but it happened for you. And this woman is a living proof of that. Teresa's book, How to Go from Bullied to Bold, is available on all platforms, but please go to her website and get an autographed copy. Grab yours today and be supportive. And if you are interested in writing a book or becoming a speaker, you can come to our annual event. We have one coming this year, September 17th to the 20th in Rockland County. And there you will learn how to stand on your story with confidence. You learn how to write your book and publish it. And you'll also learn how to create a message from your story and then go from different stages like Teresa has been. She's mentioned she's been on so many different stages. You also can get these opportunities when you decide to stand on your story with confidence. Go to boldpublishings.com for more information or events at boldpublishings.com if you would like to come to our annual conference and learn confidence.
Yeah. Yeah. It's well worth it.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Teresa. Love you so much.
Love
Put
you.
the book up one more time.
You go. I'm so excited.
That book is gorgeous. We didn't even talk about why you chose the color orange for that, for the color.
Orange,
Yeah. Tell
orange,
us really quickly.
orange represent bullying, and the month of October is anti-bullying month.
Okay. See
So
that there is a reason for every single thing because that book is so gorgeous and bright and bold and beautiful. And so we have to let them know everything was
just say this.
perfectly created.
Before I realized orange was the color for bullying,
Hmm.
accent walls in my house are orange.
See, look at God.
Yep. Yep.
Thank you so much again. I am looking forward to your upcoming in-person event. And guys, when you start to follow her, when you go to her website, you'll be able to sign up so that you can become a part of her family and a part of her tribe. All right?
Thank you for joining us for the Bold Book of the Day with Dr. Denise Nicholson, a central hub and a safe space for authors to share their stories. Follow Dr. Denise on Facebook and Instagram at Denise Nicholson or go to denisenicholson.com. Remember, No one can share your story better than you.